to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
She was not just going to be discarded and forgotten about.
And the family, as you just heard, they are just desperate for information. They tell us that they are requesting surveillance footage from the resort. They also say that they have contacted police, the consulate, and embassy, and have not heard back. No Action News, we also tried to contact Ashley's fiance, and we also did not get a response. The family says their next steps are going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get answers.
The family of Ashley Robinson is searching for clarity after the tragic death of the 31-year-old, who had been on vacation celebrating her birthday with her boyfriend of 1 year, who had recently proposed. According to her mother, Ashley called home just days after the celebration and shared that she and her fiancé had argued and decided to stay in separate rooms. The following day, her fiancé contacted her mother, claiming that Ashley had harmed herself and was being transported to a hospital, and shortly afterward, the family was informed by the hotel that she had died. Ashley's father, Harry Robinson, described the overwhelming emotions of uncertainty, confusion, anger, and deep sorrow, saying it feels as though a part of him has been taken. Authorities initially reported that the fiancé said he found her hanging, but her family has strongly questioned that account, insisting she had never shown any signs that would lead them to believe she would intentionally harm herself. Her mother emphasized that nothing in Ashley's past behavior suggested such actions. Ashley was transported between multiple hospitals, and a medical report later listed the cause of death as cerebral hypoxia due to strangulation and suffocation. Despite these findings, the family says they have received very limited information beyond confirmation that the case remains under investigation, and they are now considering traveling to Tanzania in hopes of finding answers. This situation raises important questions about how families cope with uncertainty, the level of transparency provided during investigations, and what steps can be taken to ensure accountability and clarity in cases involving deaths abroad. Ashley's family released the following statement to the public. Ashley Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashley's birthday was April 5th. She just turned 31. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari, an unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiancé, Joe McCann, were staying in a luxury villa at the Zuri Zanzibar, continuing what we believed was her dream trip. But just days later, that dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashley was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital, where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashley fashion, and the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there is an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashley's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Ashley was deeply loved. She was vibrant, full of life, and had so much ahead of her. Our family is completely devastated, and we appreciate the prayers and compassion we have received as we navigate this unimaginable loss. We respectfully ask that any information not directly provided by our family be treated as unverified and not considered factual at this time.
Her family is demanding answers after the influencer from South Jersey was found dead during a trip to Africa where she had just been engaged. Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne joining us live in the Satellite Center with more on this heartbreaking story. Cheyenne.
Alicia, well, Ashley Robinson, she actually was raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death in Zanzibar is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting answers from her fiancé or officials in Tanzania about what happened to her.
Uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It's like a part of me has been taken away.
On April 5th, influencer Ashley Robinson, who goes by Ashley Janae on social media, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
We believe that they were in love, We believe that their relationship was genuine.
Ashley's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashley called saying she and her fiancé got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiancé.
He told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened, when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury hotel the couple was staying at called saying Ashley passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashley had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, quote, according to the husband, he found she hanged herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashley was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
There are many opinions circulating online. Some people are bringing up Ashley's past statements and personal preferences from years ago and using that to judge her. Others are criticizing her lifestyle and the kind of life she wanted to live. There are also conflicting claims about the physical evidence, with different people saying different things about what was used and what happened. Another major point people are questioning is the fiancé's behavior, especially the delay in contacting the family and the fact that the hotel confirmed her death instead of him. Some see that as suspicious, while others point out that situations involving incidents overseas can be complicated and slow to process. There's also discussion about his financial status and whether that could impact how the situation unfolds legally. At the end of the day, while there are confirmed details, there are still many unanswered questions. Much of what's being discussed publicly is speculation, and the full truth will depend on what comes out as the investigation continues.